Good morning. It is a beautiful day, unless, of course, you have bills to pay. Then it is about the most unbeautiful day it could possibly be. And at this time of the month is when everybody's direct debit's going out, and we all go, oh, hang on a minute, got paid like a week ago and there's none left. And yet we hear constantly, I'm going to put money in your pocket. I'm like, which pocket? Could you just tell me exactly which pocket? Because the ones that I'm looking in, I appear to be missing it. So if you wouldn't mind just narrowing that down to I'm going to put it in your coat pocket or I'm going to put it in your jeans pocket, that would be really good. Because every time I hunt, there is no extra money in my pocket. In fact, my pockets have holes in it and all the money keeps going out. And I am a bit ranty about this today because, as you know, I actually do read the comments, good and bad. And yet I look at all the social media from Keir Starmer and RachelReeves and Angela Rayner and Bridget Phillipson, and they clearly do not. And I cannot understand why, when there is a tidal wave of angst being thrown in your direction, that you don't turn around and go, okay, we need to have a look at this. And it is exactly that. I mean, go on any of their Facebook, X, Instagram, whatever social media account they've got. I mean, Jonathan Brash yesterday, he said something, I'm not even going to repeat it. It was so rude. And yet we're allowed to do this. And he reads it, pulls the pin, throws the grenade and walks off, and that was that. And at the moment, if I look at the pressure that families are under, I think it's the very, very least that they can do by reading this stuff and not going, oh yeah, but we'll sort that, or we'll do that, or well, anyway, we don't care about them. The very least they could do is read it, address it, and go, do you know what? I think we've made a massive cock up. So we're going to help businesses out. And by help businesses out, let's reverse some stuff that we've put in that is putting them under the cosh. I mean, nurseries. This is going to be the hottest topic. So we've had VAT on education, and that hasn't gone away. That is still waiting for the court case to make its final decision. It's judgment, that's the word I'm looking for. When I'm ranting, words are really difficult. So the next thing that's going to be is nurseries. And this is making me absolutely sick to my core. So private nurseries are in front of our very eyes being squeezed out of existence. And the reason that they're being squeezed out of existence is because RachelReeves' budget has put so many constraints on what they can and can't do, how many people they can employ, how they can actually run their business, that it's becoming impossible. There is no way. So with the rise of the national insurance and employer contributions, 70% of nursery outgoings are their staff. Well, if you've had hikes to that, and your energy and your insurance and your premises, whether you're renting or you own it, and your business rates, if you've had hikes on all of that and then a massive 70% hike on your employers, what do? You have to let people go. What happens to those people? They're unemployed. What happens to the children that they were looking after? Well, they've got to find a new nursery. And then we get on to the bit where Bridget Phillipson goes, don't worry about that. I've opened 300 new school-based nurseries. And other than the headline that she clearly wants, so that people think, oh, isn't she nice? She's opened 300 nurseries. Well, hang on a minute. Just press pause at that. She's opened 300 nurseries. For a start, they're for 20 kids each, roughly. And how she's able to do that is she's helping out of government budgets those school-based nurseries pay for their staffing, for their business rates, for their national insurance contributions, their employers' contributions. She is helping pay for them. So where the private nurseries don't get any help, they get underfunded per child. So, of course, we know that you get 30 hours free childcare, but it's not free. Nothing in life is free. It's like the free breakfasts are so not free, it's a joke. You get £30 free, or 30 hours free childcare, but actually what that means is you, if you've got your child, do, but the nursery owner has to bridge the gap because they're not allowed to ask you to bridge the gap. So the government will give you £5 a child, but it's going to cost the nursery up to 18 a child. So who fills that bit? Because of course if they charge the parents, what do the parents do? Well, they haven't got any money. Where are they going to get it? They're already working every hour God sends to send their child to nursery, and it's this circle. Well, I've got to work more hours to pay the bills, so we need more hours in childcare. I mean, you're never catching up with yourself, ever. And the government are blatantly and overtly discriminating against private nurseries. There was an article here which I read, which, honest to God, this is a name and shame, and you'll have to excuse me while I look all funny at the computer, but I can't do two things at once, as you know. So this was in Derbyshire Live. 4 Derbyshire schools getting free nurseries for kids of working parents. So for a start, only if you're a working parent. I mean, this is literally cut and pasted from a press release. Appalling journalism. So 4 Derbyshire schools will be among the first wave of across the country. You see, that doesn't even make sense. Will be among the first wave of across the country to get new nursery provision as part of the government's pledge to offer 30 hours of free childcare a week. Blah, 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 blah. It goes on to say research has shown that school-based nurseries offer children a better start in life, even the dog's being sick. Research shows that school-based nurseries offer children a better start in life compared to other nurseries, given the greater accessibility and easier transition into primary school. What research? Name it. What research said that? Because I think research shows that if parents are given a choice to be able to put their child where they feel it's best for the child and best for them and best for their bank, I think research shows families work better. I think families work better if mum and dad, or mum and mum, or dad and dad, or granny and grandpa, whoever is at the top of the tree. They work better if they're happy and they're not being squeezed for every single penny. I would love to see that research, only I won't, because that article, Derbyshire Live, was from a press release, as we all know. And I'm sure you do other brilliant stories, but that was not one of them. And then another thing, whilst I'm on my rant, it was pointed out to me that there is, if you work in the civil service, there's a job advert going for somebody who will work in the civil service, and they will get 28.97% towards their defined benefit pension scheme. Defined benefit pension scheme. They're getting nearly 30% going towards their pension scheme. But all other pensioners, you've been told you're going to get a rise in your pension, which doesn't account for the rises in all of your costs. So at the bottom of the life scale, we've got children being penalised for nurseries, education, send children, faith children, pretty much every aspect of childhood life is being penalised at the bottom of the age spectrum. And then at the top of the age spectrum, we've got the pensioners, who are also, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You paid your tax on it when you were working, and now you're going to pay more tax on it. And we're going to take away anything that could possibly help you enjoy your retirement. I mean, God, imagine, how dare we live in a world where we enjoy part of our life. No. You may not enjoy having young children. You may not enjoy being a pensioner. You absolutely may not enjoy your retirement. And if you're in the middle bit, well, we need to give you as many sleepless nights as we possibly can. We need to give you the threat of having your home taken away from you, your car taken away from you. Your very existence needs to be under threat, because we are not putting money in your pocket, we are taking it out. Now, that might seem like a bit of a bleh rant, and you know what, it is a bit of a bleh rant, and please do forgive me if some of my words are in all the wrong places, because my head is exploding. It's the Easter holidays, and our treat for the Easter holidays later is going to be sowing peas. Now, we like doing that, and we will reap the rewards in the summer, but I am so skint that that's what we're down to. And why am I that skint? Well, because RachelReeves has put the kibosh on my business. No one's got any money to go on holiday. Where are they going to get that from? What pocket is that going to come from? And of course, with all the associated costs, it makes it basically unaffordable. But nobody can buy a house because no one's got any money to buy a house. So even if I were to sell said house, I can't sell said house because nobody wants to buy it. So brilliant. Well done, Labour. Thank you so very much. Another statistic for you to go on the graph. And what do you give? Well, I tell you what, it's not a shit about me or 90% of the people in this country. And before somebody turns around and goes, it's not 90% of the people in this country, you go away and you go and look at all the comments. And based from the comments that we see on social media, I would say 90% of them are not in favour of this government. Let's see what May the 1st brings. But right now, are Labour getting my vote? I'm voting for my dog.